We're going to be demonstrating the stair tread installation using Genovations deck flooring. We are going to go over the requirements for the framing, the fastening, and how to trim out your stair treads once finished. Let's start with the framing requirements. The framing requirements for Genovations stair treads is pressure treated lumber stringers cut like we have here. Their placement is a maximum of 16 inches or less to give the support needed for the tread. We have our rises cut at 7 inches and our treads cut at 10 and a quarter. We're going to lay 2 boards on each tread, and that'll be our stair treads on each location. Before you cut your Genovations deck flooring to go on your stair stringers, you want to make sure that these boards acclimate to the outside temperature before cutting and putting them in place. That'll help with expansion contraction. The first board on your tread, what we've done here is we've ripped off the tongue on a table saw. That'll go up against the riser like so. We've planned for 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inch overhang for our C-channel finish. We'll fasten this first board from the top using our stair plug kit. We've used a 5/8 Forstner bit to drill a top hole in the surface here. Dropped our cylinder down and be able to fasten it with our Genovations screws. And then we'll also screw it here on the screw flange. That holds your first tread board in place. The outside tread board, we've actually taken and ripped the screw flange off on a table saw. That will go in like this and also fasten from the top using our stair plug kits. And that's how you fasten the 2 stair treads. We finished fastening our 2 deck boards on our top tread. Now we just need to finish trim the ends of the tread and the bullnose on the front. We have a couple of options to finish off the ends of the boards. One being our C-channel. It gives you about a 1 inch coverage on the top. It has a wood grain surface to match the boards. You just cut it the length of your width of your tread and you fasten it underneath with 3/4 inch Genovations screws. A second option would be our trim strip. It also fastens from the bottom. Goes on the same fashion. It just gives you another option as far as the look once it's on. It's a little bit smaller surface area versus the C-channel. The front of the bullnose of the tread, we have our step trim, which is a T-shaped piece. It's a pressure fit in the bullnose like this. And to hold it in place, we use a little bit of our Genovations vinyl sealant in the tongue of the tread, and this press the trim strip or the step trim in place, and that's how you finish off the front of the tread. A second option you can use for stair tread installation is placing one of our starter strips up along the riser to start your tread installation, fastening that starter at every stringer location, and then go ahead and leave the tongue on your first board with automatic spacing alignment. Just push it into your starter, fasten your board and your screw flange at every stringer, and then the outside board on your tread has to have the screw flange ripped off on a table saw, put into place, drill your 5/8 hole for your screw plug in between the ribs to fasten the outside tread. That gives you a little bit different application. You're not drilling as many holes in the top surface. You'd still trim it out with your C-channel or your trim strip and still use the step trim on the bullnose. Just make sure you're cutting your stringers long enough at 10 3/4 to get the proper overhang for your local codes. We finish our stair tread installation. We've got them trimmed out. Now what we need to do is put our riser material on. We're going to use for that is our trim board. We offer this in 12-inch widths, so you can rip this on a table saw in half to work perfectly on our 6-inch riser once we put our treads on. This trim board is fastened with 1 1/4 inch panhead screws, truss head screws. What we're using today is a closely colored match screw. But before you fasten them, we've pre-drilled our holes a little bit larger than our fastener to allow for expansion contraction. You won't want to place these holes any closer than a 1/2 inch to the edge of your board, and you want to be up at least an inch above so you have clearance for your deck boards. So you put 2 fasteners at every stringer location. Now that we completed our stair tread installation, let's do a quick review. The stair treads are made up of 2 deck boards. C-channel on the end, step trim on the bull nose, and stair plugs to fasten. Each stair tread must be supported by stringers on a maximum of 16 inches on center. Your stringers are cut with a 7-inch rise and a run to allow for a 3/4 inch overhang. Make sure you're putting your screws in securely, not loose. Don't put them on an angle, you gotta make sure to put them in straight. You want to use a 5/8 Foster bit when drilling your holes for your screw plugs, not a regular drill bit. That'll give you a nice clean circular hole to have a nice clean finish. If you have any further questions about the stair tread installation, give us a call on our 1-800 number or visit our website. You can email us an inquiry from there.
Genovations PVC Decking and Railing, distinctly different.